my dearest, how you guys doing today? Welcome back to my channel. This is Rosalinda, your favorite fire inspector. So we're going to start right now with episode 1 of Spain. I'm coming to introduce you guys to my second country. My father is from Spain, okay, from a region of Catalonia, which is Barcelona. So we're coming with Barcelona, but we're going to talk about the Spanish vs. Spain vs. US. Siesta, schedule, and surprises, okay? And what is the difference between living in Spain and here in the United States, in the good old US of A, okay? So today we're going to start off with siesta, okay? Siesta. What is so important about siesta? First of all, siesta make you rest. Okay. Make you when you wake up, you're feeling beautiful, you're feeling energized, And then you get ready, you get pretty, and then you leave for work from 5 till 9. Okay? Then after that, guess what? Dinner time talk. It takes us all the way to 3 a.m., even though we have to wake up by 8 to get us back to work. So we're going to talk about the origin of siesta, how all became about, and why it's so embedded in our culture. And then we're going to speak about different life situations that are different from Spain to US. So, my people, mi gente, grab your café con leche or your latte. Okay, so we're about to dive in. But first, right now, this is your favorite fire inspector. Okay, so we're gonna dive in straight away into Spain, episode 1. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Spain vs. US, the differences between living in Spain and living here, like I say before. But siesta, did you guys know where siesta originated? Siesta originated actually in the 1930s, right? In the 1939, during the Civil War of Spain, when Spain was so poor, right, that people needed multiple jobs. And because it's a climate that during the summertime is so hot, people, so it was so hot, no, and Spain was so poor that we needed multiple jobs in order to survive, right? So in between, we needed rest also. And why not? Okay, you needed to come from one job, go home, cook for your family, rest for a little bit, and then go back to the next one. Okay, because Spanish people believe that there's life beside working. So we needed that rest. Okay, so you'll go home, right? So that's how it became about. And then in the ancient Roman, it's believed that it came from there, though I believe that we've had this for a long time in Spain. Since Saint Benedict, okay, of ancient Roman time, used to require a mandatory silence between 2 and 3 p.m. Okay, I mean, every ruler came with something, but for us, life, leisure in Spain is very important. But that's how the siesta became about. Okay, so did they start? Do you know what time did they start in Spain? Did they start at 9? So we go for breakfast. We wake up at 9, and then we clean ourselves up and we go for breakfast between 9 or 10 a.m., right? And then we go straight to lunch, right? Between 2 to 3 p.m. So we eat, we converse, we have vino, we have sangria, we eat our 3 main course, which is like the salad or the soup, but during the summertime is salad. Then the main course, which is like, it could be a beef steak, a steak, a fish. And also we can start from tapas, okay? And then, of course, the vino. The vino have to be there, okay? We'll have our glass of vino, and then we'll be conversing. Even though it look like we're fighting, we're actually having a normal conversation on the table in family. And then the third course is café. Café con leche. People who smoke cigars will be smoking cigar, because Spain think that, your food have to settle in. You have to actually enjoy the meal. And while you are with friends, okay, it's a ritual. It's a ritual. So it's a ritual. You understand? You guys can understand that, right? That we can go without our siesta. Meanwhile, in the US, we are scarfing really fast our breakfast while we're typing, while we're sending a message, while we're driving. We are doing everything at the same time, very fast. Between 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then at noon, we're eating really fast. So the food never settle in, and sometimes you're rushing to work because you have about half an hour time of lunch, and then you're running, okay, while your stomach is hurting, while your food is not settling in, okay. Then we go back to work, or we eat in our desks, as most of the time we do, if you have time, depending what job you're doing, okay. So that's what happened in the US. Now, the biggest shocker for most people that travel to Spain during the summertime or during the year, especially summertime, August time, all Spanish people go on vacation. Hardly any shops are open, just maybe in the morning. That's it. The grocery stores and everything will open, but for a very, very short period of time. All right? But the shock is the siesta time that many people have not been able to get used to when they're traveling to Spain for their vacation. Between 2 and 4 o'clock, 4:35, depending where in Spain, everything is closed. Everybody go home. And the biggest ritual in Spain is siesta. Siesta is very healthy. Even with kids, when they come back from school, they eat, they go for siesta. So you rest for a couple of hours after your lunch, right? All stores are closed. Imagine that kind of headache. Before, restaurants used to be closed, but today, in the modern time that we're living in the past few years, when Spain became part of the community European, right? The community European Union, they had to kind of maintain some of the stores and restaurants open, because now we become part of a bigger community. But back in the days, those hours, you won't see a soul in the street, okay? And the people who are visiting cannot understand that. They cannot understand it, because now it's a slower pace, okay? You sleep, you rest, because you will not find anything to do during that time, because all the country go to sleep like the Snow White. Okay, everyone go to sleep. Okay, remember when Snow White, they did a spell on her and she went to sleep? Yeah, all Spain goes to sleep during that time. Okay, during that time. And then we're going to talk now about food and culture. Viene la comida. La comida española es la mejor del mundo. The Spanish food is the best. Fresh ingredients, we go to the store, to the supermarket, because you will find supermarket in every corner street, like a liquor store here. Okay, so we call it el supermercado del barrio. Okay, you go, you buy your bread on a daily basis, you buy your fruit, your ensalada on a daily basis. Okay, we don't keep a lot of stuff at home, a lot of food to go on for weeks or for days. No, we go fresh on a daily. What we're gonna eat, we make a little list, we go down to the supermarket, we get it, or the fruit store, because it's on the corner of each block. Okay, you go and buy all your ingredients of the things that you're going to eat for the day. Okay, bread is daily. We buy bread in the morning, and then we go back before it closes, we buy another one if we're going to be eating it with fish, or bistec, or shrimp, or paella. Okay, that's how we are in Spain. En que el vino no falte. Okay, que el flan no falte. Okay, so we have a very rich culture in food. And you guys, guess what? Olive oil is the best in the world. The best in the world. Did you guys know? The Spanish olive oil is the best in the world. And then Morocco. Yes. Okay. Yes. So now we enjoying our food. We talk to our family members. But in the US, what happened? We eat in the car. We go and buy something really quick. We can shove it in the microwave. Hamburger. So we eating really fast. We eat hamburger, anything we can find while we're texting, and we have one eye on the clock so we don't pass the time, so we can come back to work. Okay, in Spain, no, eso no puede ser. La siesta es muy importante. Okay, and if you're in a restaurant, guess what? You don't have to tip, because actually the Spanish waiters, they actually have salaries. Okay, they earn salaries, so you don't have to tip. You can only just write your bill and give it, and voila, no problem. Nobody's gonna come to the table and say, when you're ready. No. Take your time. And guess what? You can order an estrella, which is the very most popular Spanish cerveza in town. You can order another cafe or another wine. Time, it's just, it goes on, because you are with family and friends. Okay, in the US, you come in, you're running. So when you guys visit Spain, you don't have to pay the waiter anything, unless from your heart you want to give it, because they're already earning salary. Okay, now in Spain, okay, now in the US, they're rushing you when you go to a restaurant. They're watching you after 45 minutes, because you're supposed to be eating really fast. And next minute, they come and drop the bill immediately. And then you have to pay that extra. And then you have to give tip. And then you have to calculate. No. All that in España? No. Por favor, no puede ser. Okay? Now, we're going to talk about social life and family. Well, family in Spain is everything. Everything. It is normal for someone to be 50 years old and still live with their parents. Can you imagine? That's one part I don't like. Still live with their parents. All family live very, very close. Cousins, they hang out. You understand? Brothers and sisters, they hang out. You don't have to go and knock someone's door. You can just pop in. Okay? And next minute, you guys are laughing, having coffee. You're smoking a lot of cigarette, which I don't like. But yes, Yes, family, la familia. And now in the US, by 18, you're on your own. You have to be independent, and you're on your solo trip of life. You're on your solo trip of life. That can be so painful sometimes. Ay, Dios mío. Dios mío. Because in Spain, you're never really alone. You're always with your family. You always, even if they're getting on your nerves. Sí, estamos allí siempre. Siempre dando la lata. Okay, now, work-life imbalance. Spanish people believe work is important, but life, sure, is more important. Life and leisure is more important. Taking vacation, enjoying long lunch, glorify and don't glorify like we sometimes do in the US. Okay? We embrace different cultures. We like to travel. Okay? Because nosotros somos olé. Somos pura cepa españolas. Okay? Now, America, the US, is the kings and queens of hustle. But Spaniards, we are royalty of rest. We are loyals to rest. We gotta rest because we gotta look beautiful so we can continue our siesta, fiesta y todo lo que viene y todo lo demás que viene. Okay? Surprising fun facts. Okay? So, no free water is always available in the restaurants. So, sometimes you might have to buy it. Okay? We walk everywhere that we go. But public transportation is phenomenal. It's muy phenomenal. While in the US, if you don't have a car, you are basically... I'm not going to say the word I wanted to say. You guys grab my grave. You guys know what I was going to say. Okay? Most people don't own dryers, washing dryers. We own washers, but not dryers. So, we dry our clothes in the free air, en la naturaleza, en el medio ambiente, en el aire. Si tendemos nuestras ropas. Okay? So, we respect the environment very much. So we have ropes. So we dry our clothes in the air, en el medio ambiente. Okay? Now, so will you trade in drive-through or daily siesta? What will you do, my people? Mi gente, ¿qué lo que haríais? Okay? Or ice latte or café con leche in a plaza when Spanish guitar is playing with the rhythm of the time that never ends. Whether you are Team Spain or Team US, but one thing for sure, both have their own charm. Okay? You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share because this helped me a lot. And then we'll come back with episode 2 of España. Olé! I'll see you guys later.
Reza, reza, reza. Who plays?